Hey guys, so here's the next part of what if Goku was a reincarnation of Whis. So we left off seeing Piccolo make his wish to be a match for Goku and for his immortality, making him a foe that will be extremely difficult to beat. As now since Piccolo now has this immense power, a side effect is now his Dragon Balls have been powered up as a consequence. And Piccolo knows this and decides to use this to his advantage, as he then summons his Dragon Balls to him and decides to make one more wish. So since his power level increased so dramatically, he gets access to one more wish on top of his 3. So Piccolo then summons Shenron and then asks, where can I find the aliens with the most knowledge in this universe? As Shenron then explains that there are a group of aliens called the Yadratians that can teach him what he desires to know. As Piccolo then decides to make this his first location on his rampage throughout the universe. As he then says, I wish to be teleported to this planet called Yardrat. And that's where we leave off Piccolo and switch back to Goku and Broly. So Goku and Broly have now been spending their days just training with each other, eating food, and vibing out. Goku is learning more about his staff, and eventually he realizes that his staff has the ability to create a mini dimension where him and Broly can train. Due to the fact that Goku is still inexperienced, I won't say he has the ability to give the dimension any time chamber properties. So I'll just say it's a convenient way to train, but time passes in there the same as as anywhere else in the universe. So Goku and Broly have just been training here and getting more powerful. Broly eventually gains mastery of his Super Saiyan state, and him and Goku are still an even match. They keep testing each other on their capacity. And a few months pass like this. However, King Kai then gets alerted that there's something wrong and gone awry in the universe, as Frieza had gone incognito for the last 3 months and had now made his appearance, much more powerful than before, startling everyone. As now, King Kai then says, Goku, I have something I think you should check out, as a tyrant called Frieza might have been notified about your fight with Broly and might have become much more powerful than expected. So King Kai then decides to send Goku on this mission, as he's worried that if Broly goes to Berserk, he might cause damage to the planet around him. So Goku gets sent to check up on Frieza. So Frieza's actually training as soon as Goku appears behind him, as he sees a Saiyan boy with white hair. As he wonders to himself, I was certain I had taken out all the Saiyans. What did this one come from? And why does he look strange? As he then launches a blast at Goku, which Goku easily dodges. So Frieza then says, introduce yourself and explain why you're here, or else I will kill you where you stand. To which Goku says, first of all, I don't need to answer to you. Second of all, for courtesy's sake, my Saiyan name is Kakarot. And third of all, I'm here to defeat you. As Frieza then laughs as he sees a child saying that he plans to defeat him, as he then says, alright, try your luck, but I'm not gonna go easy to you. I hate Saiyans. As Frieza then launches to attack Goku, but none of the shots connect, and Goku launches one punch at Frieza, and Frieza is left winded, as he realizes that Goku is more than an ordinary threat, and there is a reason that he looks strange. As Frieza then decides to show the results of his training, as now his power level has increased a lot, as Frieza is in his first form right now. However, he decides to go and skip the second one and go to his third form, as now in his third form he's much faster. So he's trying to attack Goku, but Goku's still dodging, and Frieza can see that he's not phasing Goku in any regard, to which Frieza gets annoyed and he transforms into his final form. So in his final form he can see that he's managing to just barely graze Goku due to his 4 months of non-stop training to become stronger than the power level that they detected all those months ago. So Frieza had been training non-stop until he was certain he outclassed his power, and he even managed to become a few times stronger than the power detected at that time, for good measure. So Frieza then, in his final form, is just barely grazing Goku, and Frieza realizes that he's at the cusp of being able to stand a chance against this boy. As Frieza then says, "I'm so lucky that I actually trained, because if I had seen you just a few months earlier, I would have had no way of beating you. But unlike you Saiyans that start out weak, I started out strong and became stronger. The potential of my kind is truly limitless, as I would like to introduce you to a form even stronger than a so-called Super Saiyan, as I call it Golden Frieza." As Frieza then screams out and transforms into his golden form to now stand against Ultra Instinct Goku. So Goku realizes now that he is in a serious predicament, as the gap between their power had been closed and Frieza had actually surpassed him, as now this is Kid Goku, remember, going against the Golden Frieza. So Frieza started landing some heavy attacks on Goku, flailing him around, hitting him from all directions. Goku is actually feeling this through his Ultra Instinct, since Frieza's speed is something that Goku had never experienced before. His Ultra Instinct couldn't keep up as easily, since he was dealing with a whole new realm of power compared to what he was used to. And Goku could feel that Frieza has reached a very powerful state, and he's not sure if he can keep up until Goku gets pushed to use his Kaioken, which even Broly really didn't ever push him to do. So Goku then screams out Kaioken times 3, as his power level then triples as he jumps out at Frieza and uses his martial arts techniques to try and gain an advantage on the Emperor. Eventually, time passes and it's unclear who is going to win, both of them running down their stamina quickly. However, at the end of the day, the toll of the Kaioken was much stronger than he had expected, as Goku is the first one to actually run out of energy, leaving Frieza with an advantage for the next few minutes. As Goku gets knocked around, Frieza then mocks Goku, as Goku then thinks back to his time with Broly, as Broly explained the experience of transforming into a Super Saiyan, and how when you dig deep and you harness your pure instinct and rage, combined with a feeling at the back, in your back, that's what really it feels like when you trigger a Super Saiyan transformation. So Goku had been practicing this, and in this moment he realized it was do or die. He had to get this technique right, and he then digs deep and his hair rises up, and as he shouts out, his hair stands up, even though he is in a constant Ultra Instinct state, he manages to unlock his own form of Super Saiyan. This completely turns the tables, allowing Goku to beat down Frieza and eventually defeat him. Frieza begs for his life and asks to be spared. And something tells Goku, in this scenario actually, not to kill Frieza. But it's not for the reasons that Goku's being merciful or anything like that. In this scenario, the reason why is because King Kai has explained to Goku about the mortal levels of different universes and how Universe 7 has a lower one than most universes. And the only reason that it's not even much lower is because Frieza acts like a type of governing power for most galaxies. So this allows it so that for a lot of civilizations, they have a form of stability and leadership, which prevents them from going into collapse. So, like, if you kill Frieza and you don't have a suitable replacement, a lot of planets will just fall into disarray, causing a lot of people to die. So Goku decides to spare Frieza. However, he gives Frieza a warning. He tells Frieza that every so often he will be checking up on him, and he better see that no training has occurred. Because if Frieza does any training, he will destroy him. Second of all, Goku still summons his staff and rewinds Frieza's body to before he started training. This causes all the gains and his golden form to be lost to him, as he's left back to normal. As Goku then says, as you know now, in the state you're in, one punch would be enough to destroy you. So keep that in mind. As Goku then says, make sure to raise the mortal levels of this universe. If not, I'll call Beerus to deal with you. As Frieza is shocked that the Saiyan child knows of Beerus and thinks that he might be one of Beerus's henchmen. As Frieza then gets scared into submission and then decides to listen to what this boy has to say. As Frieza then begrudgingly agrees, as at least at bare minimum he keeps his power. Meanwhile, somewhere in the corner, one child was listening to this. So what had happened is actually Raditz had to give Frieza a report. And just as he had come to give Frieza a report, because he was forced to by Vegeta and Nappa, he sees what Kakarot had managed to do. As he then shouts, "Kakarot, is that you?" As Goku turns, and Frieza then says, "You know this Saiyan?" As Goku then says, "Shut up." As Goku decides to take Raditz with him to a much more private location, as they then talk. So Goku explains to Raditz what had been going on so far, as Goku knows that Raditz is his brother, since Goku was able to spend some time with the Guinea, who told him about his brother. So Goku then updates Raditz, and Raditz begs to stay with Goku, as he then says, "I'll train as hard as I can to become strong and be a great fighter like you." To which Goku then decides to agree, and he takes Raditz with him back to King Kai's. So Goku, Raditz and Broly then start training. As Goku found it interesting to train Raditz, as he's able to see what a normal Saiyan is capable of, as he already knows him and Broly are quite different than the capabilities of a normal Saiyan. So they train Raditz, and Raditz eventually gets Super Saiyan, and they finally see what a normal Super Saiyan looks like. And then on top of this, they keep experimenting to see if they can unlock different realms of power. And they keep training and training, and eventually a few years pass like this, and they grow up to adults. During this time, Demon King Piccolo had finished his training on Yardrat and had forced the Yardrachians to train him in exchange for their lives. So the Yardrachians then say, "We have taught you everything we know. Now leave us alone." Piccolo says, "Gladly, I can do that," as he then flies away and launches a blast, destroying Yardrat. But just before Yardrat gets completely destroyed, Yardrat's elders decide to send a message to King Kai, telling him about what has just happened, as King Kai gets notified about an evil foe, a Namekian, who is causing mischief around the universe. So that's where I'll be leaving this part of What If Goku Was a Reincarnation of Whis. If you liked, please like and subscribe. And yeah, have a good day, guys. See you all later.